Good afternoon. It is another wonderful afternoon. Um, every single one of us, we are in a race, and sorry, and every race that we are running has been set before us right from the beginning, and we have to do everything to get to the other end. We will not get there at the same time. We, in fact, don't start the race at the same time. And as we go on that race, there are obstacles. Sometimes we fall down. Sometimes we get injured. Sometimes we get distracted. Sometimes we are reluctant to even run the race. Sometimes, let's be honest, we get lazy. And there are some people that they just go for it. Whatever way, we are on a race. We are in a race. Every single one of us. Lọ́jọ́ tí a bá ti bíyàn sínú ilé ayé yìí, ní agogo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́. Agogo tó ń ka wákàtí ọjọ́ ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́. Oríṣiríṣi ogun, oríṣiríṣi victories. I don't know how to say that in Yoruba, but it is packaged for each and every one of us. One such person is Nelson Mandela, a great man indeed. I read a lot about him. In fact, I study a lot about him. An innocent man, a man that ran a race, a man that was created and positioned in South Africa. But he wasn't just a citizen of South Africa. That man was a man that his whole essence liberated many millions beyond the continent of Africa. But he had to pay the price. He had to stand. He had to give up everything. He did not fear death. But God was with him from the very beginning to the very end. God was with him. And when you dive into the life of Nelson Mandela, you will know what greatness is all about. You will also know what humility is all about. Somebody that is less insecure, that knows who he is, you will know such a person in Nelson Mandela. You can borrow a leaf from his life, inculcate it into your own life, and your life will never be the same again. Some of us, we have the similarities like Mandela, but along the line in that race, we got distracted, or we got lazy, or we drifted, and we come back on track, and we carry on again. We have to live and learn from all the pitfalls of life. Nelson Mandela and his contemporaries stood for the people of South Africa, regardless of the color of the skin. He wanted liberation for everybody. He was against segregation. He was against everything that brought inequality. And there were people who were in power at the time that systematically wanted to sustain what they had. So Mandela and his contemporary became a threat to them. So they put him in prison. They put him in prison and gave him conditions that if he backs off, toe the line, they will set him free. And he will just be like any other person. But because Mandela is not an ordinary person, I am not an ordinary person, no. He refused. And I'm going to take you through 10 steps, 10 concepts. From the moment Mandela and his contemporary were jailed, they made up their mind that those 10 things they were going to hold on to them, no matter what, regardless of whatever. How I wish when I was putting this together some years ago that I lived my life By these 10 steps, I failed. I failed. I failed. But thank God that He's able to wash us clean and start us all over again. Glory be to God that that is possible. You see, if you are going to make progress in life, if you are going to have an impact in life, don't lie. Don't pretend. Don't be deceptive. Don't try and present a picture of who you are not. Be realistic. Let the world know. Let them cast their own judgment. God Himself knows you in total. If you duck and dive and project who you are not, you cannot. You can deceive people, but you can't deceive God. One, I think Barrister ló kọrin yẹn. Ó ní èèyàn méjì lè pàdánù rọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni tó ń parọ́ fún ọba mọ̀, ẹni tó parọ́ fúnra rẹ̀ ó mọ̀ lọ́kàn ẹ̀. Èèyàn méjì ò lè pàdánù rọ. Two people cannot be deluded from the truth. If the person you are deceiving doesn't know you, that you are deceiving that person, you know. But when you are honest, when you are completely honest and you are relying on the everlasting hands of God, you fear no. There's no fear. Let's just listen to this quickly, and then I'll take you through some of these 10 steps. You might want to write them down. Preach them to your children, to your wife, to your husband. I wish I had done a better job of it. I did not. But I'm asking God to give me another chance to do a much more better job of it. This is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm doing this. So that in your living room, in your relationship, at work, in church when we go back to church, in the community when the lockdown is over, and now that you are at home with your wife, with your husband, with your children, you can hear this. That one man in the UK by the name of Israel Ayodele and Oluwanifishi Adetokunbo Lazarus Oshuremi project this about the life of Mandela. You might be able to advance and take it forward and do a better job of it. We all of us, every single one of us, we are created for something. We cannot all be failures. There is a reason why you are going through what you are going through. There's a reason why Mandela had to spend 27 years in lockdown. They locked him down, but he refused to be locked down, he and his contemporaries. Listen to this. This is Psalm 26. Very relevant for this time. Very relevant in the time of Mandela. Very relevant for tomorrow and forevermore.
Psalm 26 of David. Vindicate me, O Lord, for I have walked in my integrity, and I have trusted in the Lord without wavering. Prove me, O Lord, and try me. Test my heart and my mind. For your steadfast love is before my eyes, and I walk in your faithfulness. I do not sit with men of falsehood, nor do I consort with hypocrites. I hate the assembly of evildoers, and I will not sit with the wicked. I wash my hands in innocence and go around your altar, O Lord, proclaiming thanksgiving aloud and telling all your wondrous deeds. O Lord, I love the habitation of your house and the place where your glory dwells.
Amen.
Do not sweep my soul away with sinners, nor my life with bloodthirsty men, in whose hands are evil devices, and whose right hands are full of bribes. But as for me, I shall walk in my integrity. Redeem me, and be gracious to me. My foot stands on level ground. In the great assembly I will bless the Lord.
My foot stands on level ground. In the great assembly, I will bless the Lord. Praise God. When Mandela was sentenced to prison, when he was in that place of confinement, total darkness, a place of brokenness and where there was pain, no hope that he will ever see his family again. In fact, no hope that he will ever come out alive of that place. In fact, if you listen and watch documentaries of Mandela, he actually thought that they were not going to come out alive. Regardless of that grim reality that There's a possibility that they will die in prison. They still had to protect themselves. They still have to have integrity. They still have to come up with some formula. They still have to have some values. And they were prepared. They were prepared to lay lay their life down by those values. Their jailers were not able to suppress them in prison because they allowed those values to uphold and stand firm in them. Now, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, there are 10 of them. I think I've spoken about them before. As I travel from school to school, I do this presentation and many more to inspire and encourage people. I wish I had been encouraged myself a lot more because once of me, Yoruba, ẹni tó bá máa dáṣọ fún ènìyàn wọ́n á ní tọrùn ẹ̀ là ń wò. I'm saying all these things so that you can become a reformed person, so that you cease from being an hypocrite, so that you turn from your ways and come unto the way of the Lord and live the truth and die the truth. Now, Mandela and his contemporaries got together. The first thing, as you can see there, is demand respect. Whilst they were in prison, they made up their mind that the jailers, the people looking after them, are supposed to be looking after them in prison. They told them that no matter how much, no matter the situation that have brought us here, we demand that you respect us. Mandela and his contemporary, the manner in which they conduct themselves warranted the jailers, the people looking after them, to respect them. They were not going to allow the circumstances to make people walk all over them. You will have to show me respect. Even isn't it out of the prison that Joseph came out? He was respected there. He was special there. So sometimes you may think there is a lockdown to damage you. A lockdown may be for you in order for you to unlock other people and for God to use you for the purpose in which He created you for. Mandela was there. They declared from the very beginning that those people looking after them have to respect them, and equally they showed respect to them. Demand respect. Respect. Give it to get it. Give it to get it. There are some fathers, there are some mothers who their children don't even respect them because the father or the mother have compromised. They don't have integrity. They lie day in and day out. They deviate from one situation to the other. So as a result of that, there is no respect. I am not suggesting that every father or every mother there is super. And I'm not suggesting that in every situation there is lack of respect. But you can do a rethink. You can do a 360-degree today and start living an intentionally constructed life that speaks respect. And your children will see it. And I tell you, they will honor you for it. They will honor you for it. So Mandela stood by those and his contemporaries. The next one, proved them wrong. Whatever took them to prison, Mandela said to his contemporary, they agreed that we are going to prove them wrong. We are going to believe in yourself even when no one else does. If someone tells you that you cannot do it, prove them wrong. You prove them wrong by your conduct, by the way you are. Despite the fact that we are restricted, the way we talk, the way we eat, what we do on a daily basis in this cell will prove you wrong. We will not allow some of the things that you have tainted us with to become the banner that we carry. They agreed that we will prove them wrong. Isn't it in the end that Mandela proved them wrong? But for many of you, if you don't know, go and watch the film the walk to freedom, when Mandela was released, he proved them wrong. He defied every concept that there is. He did not once compromise. They did everything to make him sign so that they could release him and he could be an ordinary citizen. But Mandela chose not to be ordinary. He and his contemporaries chose to be extraordinary. Even if they were going to die, they were prepared to. What kind of person are you? What kind of person am I? What do people know about me? Prove them wrong by the manner and way. If you are truly transformed, let it be seen. Let the light shine through the darkness that you prove them wrong. So they did. Whilst they were in that prison, they decided, even though time withered away, that they were going to use the time constructively. They were not going to sit there and feel sorry for themselves. They started writing. They started coming up with different ideas, concepts. In fact, they projected a freedom for themselves before they were actually free. Even though in the scheme of things, there was the possibility, a slight possibility that they may be released, and that was a huge possibility that they would die in prison. But despite all of that, they did not give up. You know, me, I might find that I'm in a situation, I can't give up. Àwa máa kú díẹ̀díẹ̀. Tó bá ló máa kú lọ́la tó bá kú lọ́la ńkọ́. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ọdún mẹ́wàá sígbà táwa yóò ṣe wà láyé tó dẹ̀ ti give up. Who is going to be the loser? You. So the little time or the abundance of time at your disposal, use it wisely. If you have to write, write. I can just imagine Mandela, they will have got up in the morning, exercise in that small cell, pray, worship in that small cell, and inspire each other in that small cell, dream of the future in that small cell, come up with ideas that will be projected to the rest of the world in that small cell. They used the time that they had. They used it constructively. These were decisions that they made, that their time in prison was not going to be wasted, even if they had to die. They used their time wisely. Do not worry about labels. They decided that whatever brought them there, they are not going to allow that circumstances to prevent them from moving forward, even within the prison. How can you plan to move forward when somebody has labeled you as a criminal? Can you imagine when somebody says to you, you have mental health, that you are nobody, and you choose to carry that banner with you? I have mental health. I am nobody. You are finished. But they said, prove them wrong. It is not my label. There are certain labels that are very good. If you truly know who you are, if you truly know who you are and you take a stand, right, regardless of what they say, God will come through for you. Joseph was a dreamer. They labeled him a dreamer, the boy that dreams. And he did not abandon that. Every time God spoke to Joseph, he was able to vocalize it. Can you imagine? Just because of the person that God had made you to be, that kind of wonderful label I'm talking about here. And because some people gather to want to tarnish you, suppress you, you agree. You will lose, but you do not agree. You do not compromise. You do not allow that. There are some labels that may not necessarily be desirable. That is where you go for God for transformation. That is where you cry to God to bellow in a rain with his blood, to wash you clean, to become inwardly and outwardly transformed. There are certain things, I know in my past that I can be a very volatile person in terms of the way I speak, in terms of sometimes, right? Or a completely lukewarm that people can just walk over. It is either on that end or this end, and you need a balance in life. Refuse negative label. But if the label that you have is one of great substance for you, is one that God has given you, compromise them not. They didn't allow. Now, be humble. They decided that they were going to be humble. Can you know humble? It takes that person a long way. In prison, even towards the jailer, towards those people who are looking after them. Mandela decided, as much as we're going to stand firm, as much as we are asking for respect, as much as we're not going to compromise, we'll be humble. In this situation, in this circumstance, we'll be humble. We give reference to God. Humble. According to C.S. Lewis, this is what C.S. Lewis says. He said, humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. I'll read that again. C.S. Lewis C.S. Lewis says this. Humility is not thinking of yourself. Humility is not thinking of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. Humility, it takes and it goes a long way. Wọ́n ní ìgbéraga, wọ́n lòun ló máa ń kọ́kọ́ ṣíwájú ìparun. So tí ìgbéraga kọ́kọ́ ti dé, àkọ́kọ́ síwájú, then nǹkan tó máa tẹ̀lé òun ni ìparun, destruction. Ṣùgbọ́n when you humble yourself, even ẹni tó humble ara ẹ̀, the person that choose to humble in himself, he or herself, challenges of life will still come. When you humble yourself, people will even say that you are boastful, you are prideful, but you know. This is why all these 10 steps they interlink. As long as you know who you are, ẹni tí ò bá ti mọ orí èèyàn tó jẹ́ la máa deviate left, right, and center. Let's move quickly. Have heroes. People that you look up to. They decided to read on. People that have gone before them. Àwọn tó wà lẹ́wọ̀n yìí, they had role models. Mandela and his contemporary had role models. People, freedom fighters. People that have done the same thing that have gone before them. Some of them have died. Some of them have passed away. Some of them are still living. Some of them were in a developed nation. They had role models. Who are your role models? I meet people that have mentored, who are now adults, doing well. Some of them I can't even recognize it. They call me, Ayo, you mentored me. I am who I am today because of your intervention. The moment they say that, and we've had that conversation, and they've probably gone, I begin to process what they've said. And I begin to question myself. Did I do that broadly? Did I do that home and away? Would my children say the same thing of me? Would my wife say the same thing of me? Would my father? Would my mother? We have to. It is called self-assessment, self-reflection. It is good, though, to be good at home, influential at home, and also influential on the stage of life. Right? But worse if you fail on both stages. So, have heroes, people that you look up to. I look up to people like Mandela. I look up to Barack Obama. I look up to Martin Luther King Jr. There are lots of people. One of those individuals that I like so much in Nigeria is Alhaji Rasak Okoya Eleganza. The man is a phenomenon. He's a great man. If there's any way that this can get to him, please send it on. Go and read the life of that man. You will see. I'm not saying that he's perfect. And another great man that I look up to, of blessed memory, it used to be the Oba of Ota. The Oba Alanioyede. These are great men that have put their fingerprint in history. And also, the current Alaki of Egbaland, a phenomenal man. When you get close to people like that, you know that God has packaged them for a special reason, which is why they occupy that position. Have heroes. I'm not suggesting that some of these people that are mentioned are perfect, but there are things that you can borrow from their lives. Stand, take a stand. Mandela and his colleagues, they decided to take a stand. No matter what, they were going to speak out. As you speak, let it come with respect. Not aggressively, not with bitterness, but be firm. Even if the gun is put to your head, they decided to do that. They took a stand, a firm stand. Manage your emotions. This is where I have fallen in the past. And this is where many people fall apart. Mandela said, as frustrated as the situation where they were placed is likely to be, they were going to manage their emotions really well. They were not going to take the laws into their hands. They were not going to do things that would tarnish them. They were going to manage their emotions. Every single one of us, you and I, it is natural for us to be angry. Anger is part of the mechanism that makes us as a man, as a human being. But we are supposed to suppress. If you entertain anger and you begin to feel anger, it graduates to bitterness. And when bitterness explodes, it leaves irreparable damage. It doesn't just damage you, damage people in and around you. So if one can take a step back and manage one's emotion, I've been there. I have been there. We say things that we're not supposed to say. You know, egg, ẹyin, tí o bá jẹ́ ti jábọ́, kò sí bó ṣe lè tútù. Àfi miracle Ọlọ́run nìkan. So this is for you and I to rethink, to begin to think that we got to manage our emotions. Mandela manages. If that man and his contemporary were not able to manage their emotions, he would have died in prison. 27 years of one's life is not a joke. At 27 years, I was born in the UK. I lived in the UK from 1965 to 69, 4 years, and I went to Nigeria. Lived in Nigeria for 19 years. Came back to the UK in 1988, and since then I've been in this country. So if you look at the extent of my life, nearly 55, right? I have lived more of my life in the UK than in Nigeria. It is not a joke. It is not a joke. One thing can tarnish what you've worked for. One thing can destroy your reputation. And the enemy, the adversary, will be laughing. They will love it. In fact, they will stir you up because they want to bring you down. Don't bring yourself down. Manage your emotions. I wish I had done things right, but thank God there is life. Where there is life, there is hope. Mandela and his colleagues, they were able to manage their emotions very well. Be willing to die for your cause. Keep going. Be willing to. If you believe in something, like Shore, stand by it. Don't compromise. Mandela did not compromise. He did not give up. We all saw. We all witnessed. Nearly 30 years ago or more than that, when that great man was freed, he did not compromise. He did not sign. He came out of prison. He worked elegantly. He worked magnificently. And he became the first black president of South Africa. He gave you and I hope to speak today. In spite of the current climate, stand. Be willing to die for your cause. Don't be one of those that will deviate just because of a little bit of challenge here. Just because you find yourself in a cul-de-sac, you begin to compromise. You begin to compromise. You begin to manipulate the situation because you think there's no way out of this. The only way is for you to become manipulative, deceptive, just like some people do. Sadly, in my country of origin, Nigeria. Be willing to die for your cause. Keep going. And the final one, speak with conviction. Speak with conviction. Speak with conviction. Let it come from your heart. Stick to what you say. If you do not, then your words wouldn't mean anything. Still speak with conviction. These are the 10 steps that Mandela took. 10 steps. Let's quickly walk through them. Demand respect. Prove them wrong. Use your time wisely. Do not worry about labels. Be humble. Have heroes. Take a stand. Manage your emotions. Very important. Very important. I'm telling you, look who is talking. Willing to die for your cause and speak with conviction. If you do these things, it will be well with you. Mandela was freed. I watched a documentary. Bill Clinton asked Mandela the question that, Madiba, when you were freed and you took a walk and just you were walking out, that long walk to freedom, didn't it cross your mind that those people that jailed you wrongfully for 27 years, weren't you bitter? Did it cross your mind that this was the time for you? I'm paraphrasing it now. Time to revenge. Mandela answered. He said, yes, he did. As I took that walk to freedom, all the things, the injustice, he said, but I have been in prison for 27 years. This precious opportunity to be free, I really did want to be free. If I had allowed what they did to me to follow me outside of prison, then I will still be psychologically in prison and they will be free. Mandela said, I want to be a free person. I want to be free. I want to live a liberated life. And did that great man live a liberated life? You can live one too. I can live one too. We don't know when we will go. Death is inevitable. Whether it is in 10 years or in 20 years or in 30 years or 40 years' time or tomorrow, we don't know. But we cannot hold on to what somebody did to us. We can advance and move forward together. God bless you. God bless you until we meet again. Bye now and have heroes. Have people that you look up to and constantly pray to God.